Hello everybody, this is Vampire Koala coming at you with my Gimmick Puppet deck profile. This is one of the very first decks I ever ran in middle school. This is probably one of my favorite decks and it's really fun, so here's how I play it. For the monsters, you do have three Gimmick Puppet Bisque Doll. Bisque Doll's effect is you can discard a Gimmick Puppet from your hand to special summon her, and then you can banish her from the graveyard and your Gimmick Puppets cannot be targeted by... it just can't be targeted. And then I do have three Jury Doll. Jury Doll is probably the best monster in the deck. If she's in the graveyard, you can banish a Gimmick Puppet from your graveyard to special summon her out. Just very good. She's your Foolish Burial target, just all that stuff. The next monster is three Gimmick Puppet Magnet Doll. Magnet Doll's effect is if your opponent controls a monster and you control at least one Gimmick Puppet monster, you can special summon him out. Just really good. Spam level 8s out onto the field. Then the next one I run is three Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty's effect is that when you normal summon him, you get a special summon a Gimmick Puppet from your hand. He's really good for your link plays and just getting more Gimmick Puppets out. Then I run three Terror Baby. Terror Baby's effect is when you normal summon him, you get a special summon a Gimmick Puppet from your graveyard in defense position, and then you can banish him, and your opponent cannot activate effects in reaction to your Gimmick Puppet effects. So that's a really good banish effect. And I have two Destroy. Destroy's effect is once per turn you can destroy a Gimmick Puppet on the field. And then if he is removed from the field and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon two Gimmick Puppets from your hand. Normally you'll use his effect to pop himself to bring two out from your hand. Really good card, two of. And then the next two of is two Egghead. Egghead's effect is once per turn you can discard a card to make his level 8 or inflict 800 damage to your opponent. And then for the last monster, we have two Gearspring Spirit. Gearspring Spirit cannot be normal summon set unless you have only machine monsters in your grave. So he's a level 8 you bring out. He also turns one of your opponent's monsters to 0 attack, so it's just a good card. Then for the spells, I do have three Junk Puppet. It's basically Monster Reborn. You get a special summon out a Gimmick Puppet monster from the graveyard. And then for the next one, I have two Perform Puppet. Perform Puppet's effect is that once per turn you can banish a Gimmick Puppet and then all monsters on the field become that level. And then if this card's destroyed, you can special summon a Gimmick Puppet that was banished. Sorry about that, guys. Moving on, I do have three Trade-In. Trade-In's effect is I can discard a level 8 to draw two cards. It's really good with all the level 8s you run in the deck. It's just really good draw support. And then for basic machine support, I do have two Machine Duplication. If you summon a monster with 500 or less attack, you can bring out two more with the same name from your deck. So just really good card. And then Limiter Removal. This opens up OTK options. Is just really good by doubling all machine monsters' attack on the field. And then for the rank ups, I have two Rank Up Numeron Force. This card allows you to bring out a Rank Up Xyz and then negate all other effects on the field. And then the other rank up is Rank Up Magic Variance Force. Variance Force is if you use it, if your opponent has an Xyz material, you can take an Xyz material off their monster and put it onto yours. And for the only trap we run in the deck, it's Puppet Rain. Puppet Rain is a really good card. If you activate Puppet Rain, your opponent has more monsters than you, you get to bring out Gimmick Puppets equal to the difference. And then if your opponent has 2,000 or more life points than you, you get to set a Rank Up Magic card from your deck, straight from your deck. That's it for the main deck, 40 card main deck. Moving on to the extra deck, I do run one, number 88, Gimmick Puppet of Leo. Leo's effect is that once per turn, you can detach a material. If you have no set cards, you put a Destiny counter on him. And if he reaches, but you cannot do your battle phase this turn, and if he gets 3 Destiny counters on him, you automatically win the duel. And then you can rank him up into Disaster Leo. Disaster Leo's effect is once per turn, you can detach an Xyz material and to deal 1,000 damage to your opponent. And then if your opponent's life points get 2,000 or lower, and he has no Xyz units on him, you automatically win the duel. Really good boss monster. And then for the next one, I run two, number 40, Gimmick Puppet of Strings. Gimmick Puppet of Strings effect is once per turn, I can detach an Xyz material, put a string counter on every other card on the field, and during my opponent's end phase, I destroy all of them, and my opponent takes 500 for each. And then I run one rank up of it, number C40 Dark Strings. When he's brought out, destroy all monster with string counters on it, and then your opponent takes damage equal to the highest attack. It's really good. They just chain into each other really well. Then I run one number 15, and his effect is you can destroy a monster on the field by detaching a unit, and if it was an Xyz monster, your opponent loses life points equal to its attack. And then you can rank it up into Giant Hunter. Giant Hunter's effect is you can destroy a card on the field, and your opponent just loses life points equal to its attack. It knocks out the Xyz effect. And then for the other ones I run one Gimmick Puppet Gigantus Doll. Gigantus Doll's effect is you can detach both its overlay units to steal 2 cards your opponent controls, and you take control of them, and then you can pop him, and both of them become level 8. So you can use them for your Xyz plays. And then I run one number 77 and one 84. These go into each other. You can use 84 on Grinder or Strings, any that you want, and then they go into 77. And 77's effect is once per turn, you can detach 2 Xyz material from this card and banish all special summon cards your opponent controls, and then equip one of them to this card as an Xyz material. And then once per turn, if he would be destroyed by battle, you can detach an Xyz material instead. So really good. And then for the Link ones, I run 3 Gimmick Puppet Chimera Doll. You burn through this card. You definitely need to run 3 of it because his effect is so good. When you bring him out during your main phase, you get it either add to your hand or send to the graveyard 1 Gimmick Puppet from your deck, and then you get a special summon a Gimmick Puppet from your hand. So it sets up a bunch of plays to just bring out more monsters. And then for the other 2 last Link monsters, I run one Topologic Bomber Dragon and one Saryuja Skull Dread because it's really easy to get cards out in this deck, and they're just really good Link monsters. And that's it for my Gimmick Puppet deck profile. I really hope you guys enjoy it. If you liked it, please subscribe and comment down below which deck you'd like to see next. Thank you and have a good day.